Yo guys, what's poppin'? It's your boy Tacho here, and we're back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. So today we're gonna go ahead and do a showcase for the legendary Dimitri that we just got. I was pretty lucky on my summons and I was able to get him at 1 copy. I managed to pull him at minus attack though, which is a little unfortunate. Still though, I was very happy to get him anyway, and we're gonna show him off today in Aether Raids against the top 5 people on my friends list. So we're going to be streamlining these showcases a little bit better from now on. I think a little bit boring the way that I was doing it before, where I was talking about the unit first and then doing the showcase after that. I don't really think that's necessary to do. So instead, we're just going to jump right into the showcase, and whatever I have to say about the unit, I'll just talk about as we're doing the fights. So let me know in the comments section if you prefer this method over the old way. Alright, but anyways, our first opponent of the day, he's got a corner Canagus and then a whole bunch of units on the right side, pretty much lined up to attack whoever I try to put in there. Not going to be too tough for Dimitri though. I think he should be fine to bait all of these guys. So we're just going to start by having Mila inflict isolation on his dancing Ishtar. And I'm going to go ahead and have Dimitri break that healing tower. So now we should be good to bait the entire right-hand corner of the map. So let's see if homie Dimitri can actually get the job done here. Alright, so Yune's coming in first. Of course, she's got color advantage, and she targets res, which is the only weakness to this Dimitri, really. And she just gets completely clapped right there by a Ruptured Sky to the face. So I've given my Dimitri Distant Counter and Ruptured Sky. And I got both of those skills from the free-to-play male Byleth that we got from owning 3 houses. Well, I don't know if I should call that free-to-play, because you had to buy a completely different game to get that guy. But I wasn't really doing much with him. I already farmed out all the hero merits, so I thought, why not just go ahead and throw him into Dimitri and get some nice skills on this guy. And I think Ruptured Sky is going to be one of the better specials to give him. He has built-in -1 special trigger on his weapon. So with Ruptured Sky, he's going to be able to counterattack every single hit with a Ruptured Sky to the face. And when you combine that with the damage bonus he's getting from Atrocity in the B slot, it becomes pretty nuts how high his damage potential actually gets. So most of the attacks I do with Dimitri are going to be one-shots, like absolutely no problem at all. He just one-shots everything with that Ruptured Sky. So a lot of people were a little disappointed that he didn't have something like Null Follow-Up to, I guess, give him a little bit of a better way to counter units that have sturdy impact. But honestly, that's not even a problem. Like, this guy, he hits so freaking hard that it doesn't even matter. And mine is minus attack too, so the fact that I'm still able to get all of these clean one-shots despite that definitely goes to show that Dimitri hits like a freaking freight train. Alright, so right there we got the kill on that corner Canagus, wrapping up that first fight. Okay, so our next fight, we're up against the homie Mako here. Alright, so Mako has a pretty strong team, a whole bunch of merges on these units. We got +10 on Legendary Lucina, +10 on Bernadetta, and +10 on Kagero, and also a +5 Lysithea. So this is probably going to be a better test of Dimitri's defensive capabilities than that first fight. So let's actually put Dimitri to work here and see if he can get the job done. Alright, we're going to definitely want to make sure that I isolate that Azura on this turn. And I'm not even going to beat around the bush. We're just going to go ahead and have Dimitri get danced by Peony for some stat bonuses and just put him right into harm's way. Let's see if an unmerged Dimitri can get the job done here. We also have Flane on the team to support him. And the reason why I chose Flane is because, of course, Flane has that 30% passive damage reduction effect. So Flane is a very good support unit to have. But also why I wanted Flane is because she has Rescue. And the build that I'm running on this bait Dimitri does not have any source of sustain on it. And typically when we run these units that try to bait the entire enemy team, it is nice to have some sustain to keep them going. So because I don't have any healing on Dimitri, it's going to be nice to have healing on his support partners. So that's where Flame comes in with her rescue effect. And we also have Sparkling Boost on Air, like we just saw from that passive heal she just gave him. So we should be good in terms of how much healing I'm actually getting on Dimitri. Alright, so we went ahead and danced on Flame there to give her another action. And we can go ahead and use Rescue instead of moving her out of the way. I love Rescue so much. It's got to be the best assist in the game for these flying units now. Just having drawback and a healing effect is so nasty. So I think that probably makes Flame the best support unit in the game. Like, even better than Brave Lucina, who is honestly not a bad partner for Dimitri either if you wanted to use her. Because Brave Lucina, of course, has the breath effect that she can give him. So you'd be able to run higher cost specials than Ruptured Sky. Like maybe Bonfire if you wanted that. And of course Bonfire is still going to play up to the role of him just getting all those one-shots on the counter like he's been doing so far. So Brave Lucina, definitely a good option as a support for him as well. But I wanted to use Flame today because I haven't used her in a showcase yet. Alright, this Lucina was able to survive the first attack we did on her by 2 health. And literally the only reason why is because I have minus attack on Dimitri. If I didn't have that, then that would have been a clean KO for sure on that first attack. Not like it mattered though, we still were able to get rid of her no problem. Alright, we're going to give it a turn here so I can actually have time to break the pots. And we should be good to go ahead and finish off Kagero right after that. So far so good. Dimitri has been pulling his weight for sure. Now, what I like about this guy a lot also is that he's a very versatile unit. So you can play him in a bait role if you want, like what I'm showing off here. But you could also play him offensively as well. He does have a very high speed stat at base 41. Unfortunately, they didn't give him a speed super boon like I thought. But it's not even the biggest deal. He's still very fast. And he has an attack super boon anyway, so I think that's probably better. Just based on the way that Atrocity works. So he's going to work out just fine as a player phase unit or a bait unit. Very versatile. You can mix it up however you want to play him. He also has Odd Tempest, so he can move 3 spaces a turn on odd number turns. And that would make him a very fantastic user of Gale Force as well. Because he's got the -1 special trigger already. So there's just so many ways you can build Dimitri and play him pretty much however you want. There's really no right answer in terms of builds. So I just wanted to play him as a bait role though. Because of course Atrocity is also not only giving him that 25% attack buff, but it also has everything smoke as well, including pulse smoke. So I think it's probably a little bit more fun to run him as a bait unit. Alright, this guy that we're fighting here had a full beast team. And of course, because I've got Ruptured Sky, we're just going to be able to body all of his units. Pretty easy stuff. He did have that corner Yune with Wings of Mercy to try and, I guess, make good use of Sturdy Impact to Barn. But like I said, it doesn't matter if the units have Sturdy Impact or what. Dimitri just gets the one shot. So he doesn't need to have null follow-up or quick repost or anything like that. And that's why I've given him the Mirror Stance Seal. So he gets +4 res and +4 attack. Just going to be a very nice bonus for him when he's baiting. Alright, pretty surprising we were able to get the one shot on Racing there. Even though he had color advantage on us and he was at +10. I think that's a pretty good benchmark to show that if this guy can get a one shot like that, then he's definitely doing pretty good. And all that's left now is this corner Yune, and she's not going to be a problem whatsoever. So once again, it's just do-si-do. We're free to go ahead and break all the pots at our own pace and then win the fight. Man, this has got to be like one of the most brain-dead showcases I've ever done of a unit. Like, we just put Dimitri in harm's way, and he's just getting the job done. Like, there's absolutely no chance that he's been in any danger so far. So I think that's pretty good. Fresh out of the box, very minimal investment that I've given him. And he's still putting in the work of a fully merged unit, so definitely a good showcase of the homie here. Alright, and let's go ahead and finish off Yune and end the fight. Alright, next up we're up against the homie Kev K. So Kev K is like one of the best players in Aether Raids. He's been rank 1 like, I think 3 seasons in a row or something. I know for a fact that he's had the maximum score possible multiple times, which is 14,040. So he's been on page 1, rank 1, like more times than I can count at this point. But he seems to be sandbagging a little bit. I think he started doing this after I made my video talking about the fishing strategy. So if you guys are interested in the fishing technique, there's going to be a link to that video right after this one for you to check out. But basically the idea is you want to use a weak team so that you can actually get some rematches and have easier fights on the final day. Because typically the final day is where the fights are going to be the hardest in Aether Raids. That's when all of the people in Tier 27 are the ones you're going to be matched up against. And you probably don't want to have to fight them. So by doing this fishing technique and fishing for rematches for the final day, you should be good to go. And that is what the homie Kev K is doing right here. But like, his real defense team is pretty tough. I've practiced against it a couple of times, so I know how to beat it, but like, man, that first try trying to beat it was not easy. Alright, so all of these staff units, no investment whatsoever. We're just completely wrecking them all. And we're going to be good to break the pots as well, so we don't really have anything to worry about here. Maybe I shouldn't have done this fight in hindsight, because it is basically just a freebie. Oh, I guess we could talk a little bit about his attack animation there. I love Dimitri's attack animation, where he does a whole bunch of stabs. And then the final swing, pretty awesome. It's not my favorite attack animation in the game, though. That definitely goes to Altina. I do like this guy's attack, though. Also, Edelgard as well, with her golf swings are pretty rad. Let me know in the comments section, guys, what your favorite attack animation in the game is, actually. Let's see what you guys have to say about that. But anyways, the final fight of the day. And we are up against a pretty hardcore cav line team. So a whole bunch of whaled up units. We got a +10 or a +9 Summer Mia. +10 on New Year Levitane. We got +10 Brave Veronica. +10 Yune, +10 Sothis, and a +10 Brave Lyn with Budding Bow. Man, this is the type of team that people are going to cry against for sure. So, pretty nasty. Aka 2 Splash, your team is not very nice. Let's see if Dimitri can actually get the job done this time. Alright, so I'm going to want to have him in the corner. I think he should be good to get the one shot on Lyn despite Budding Bow. So we're going to go ahead and try that. And I'm going to leave Milla right where she is so we can get the bait on Levitane. Alright, so a couple of assist shenanigans there. And then here comes Levitane, not really doing too much damage. And we're also getting the 30% reduction from Flame. So pretty useful there. Alright, here we go. Budding Bow Lyn getting completely wrecked in one shot by a minus attack Dimitri. That's a really good benchmark, guys. That was a +10 fully invested Brave Lyn, and we still bodied her with a minus attack, unmerged, uninvested Dimitri. It doesn't get any better than that. So I think that definitely goes to show he does not need null follow-up at all. You just get the one-shots, and he is good to go. So let's go ahead and put him over there, and then What I'm going to want to do here is try to get Flame out of the way and then have Milla over there. So we've got the 30% damage reduction on Milla, and we should be safe against this Mia over here. Oh, just barely by 8 health. Oh man, that sucks. But a live is a live. As long as we don't die, I don't have a problem. And we should be good to bait Yune and Sothis with Dimitri over here. Yup. Alright, so it was a little bit shaky there, but just like typical Cavline teams, as long as you can survive past the first turn, you should be fine overall. This is why I built my Cavline team in a different way, where even after turn 1, my team can still be a big threat. And we're getting a bit of assistance from the Bolt Tower there. That's nice. Alright, so we should be able to go ahead and win this fight now. Right here, though, I wanted to think if there was a way that I could break the pots. So I was trying to come up with some big brain technique. And your boy actually was able to pull the pocket aces and figure it out. So we are going to get the pot breaks in this fight. And we're just going to start things off by beating this Summer Mia. And now the Wings of Mercy tactics are going to give us the win, basically. So we can go ahead and jump Peony one spot above Dimitri there and go ahead and move him. Or before we move him, we can go ahead and jump air next to him and get the finish on Veronica. And because it's an odd number turn, we have Odd Tempest. So Dimitri moves 3 spaces and we can put him on the right-hand corner of Levitain. And there you go. Big brain play. She's now boxed in and we can break the pots. So overall, pretty good showcase of Dimitri. Honestly, I was very impressed by how this guy performed. He just dominated. Like, every attack was basically a one-shot. We were getting some clean kills, even at minus attack. No investment whatsoever. Against Cavline teams, Infantry Pulse teams, whatever kind of team, Beast team, who cares? Like, Dimitri just gets the job done. Very powerful legendary unit, even with no investment. So I think that speaks for itself. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the showcase for today. So thanks so much for watching the video, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed seeing legendary Dimitri in action. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, everybody. And I will catch you guys again in the next one.